Hello and welcome to a special lecture series on the principles of microeconomics. In the previous class, I taught you something called as law of demand and also introduced you to a demand schedule. Now in this class, we will use the same demand schedule to sketch something called as the demand curve. So let's get started. So here, what I am saying is a demand schedule is just a tabular representation of various quantities of a commodity and vis-a-vis the price of that particular commodity. So let us assume that the consumer is consuming good X. So our commodity for today's analysis is good X or commodity X, and its price is denoted by Px. Yeah. So now if you can recollect, law of demand says that as the price of the commodity goes up, the quantity demanded will obviously fall. This is also inversely true. When the price of the commodity X falls, the quantity demanded of X is going to go up. Yeah. So this is what law of demand taught us yesterday. So now what we can do is use the same figures from the demand schedule and plot a graph which will give us something called as demand curve. So now here let us assume that the base price is rupees 10 or any other currency which you like, and the corresponding units of the commodity consumed by the consumer is 10 units. So now, as we know, the law of demand says that as the price goes up, the quantity demanded is going to fall, vis-a-vis as the price falls, the quantity demanded is going to go up. Let us plot the same with the help of the demand schedule. So now what I am doing is I am going to make sure that the price is falling as well as the price is increasing. So now let us consider rupees 10 to be our base price and look at both the movements, the upward movement of the price as well as the downward movement of the price. So now when the price is 10 rupees, let us look at first the increase in the price and the corresponding quantities which are demanded according to the law of demand. So now as the price goes up to rupees 12, the quantity demanded is 8. When it was 10, it was 10 units of commodity X. When the price goes up to 12, the quantity demanded falls, which is true as far as the law of demand is concerned. So it goes down to 8. As the price further increases from 12 to 14, the quantity demanded goes to 6. When it further increases to 16, it goes to 4. When it further increases to 18, it goes to 2. So we know that law of demand, what law of demand states is going to be probably true when the price is going to go up. Obviously, ceteris paribus. Obviously, ceteris paribus. Everything else remaining constant. I taught you this in the previous lecture. If you haven't seen my video on that, please do check it. I will also list that in the description below. So now as the price goes up, the quantity demanded of the commodity X, which we took in our example, is falling. So now let us look at the other way around. What happens when the price falls? It should, according to the law of demand, it should increase. The quantity demanded should increase. So let us see what is happening. So when the base price was 10 rupees, the quantity demanded was 10 units. Now as the price falls to 8, the quantity demanded is going up from 10 to 12 units. As the price further falls to rupees 6, it is going up to 14 units. When it further falls to rupees 4, it is going to 16 units. So what our law of demand taught us is in fact true. Yeah, it is in fact true. When the price falls, the quantity demanded goes up. So now here the points in the capital letters A, B, C, D, E, F is denoting something called as price fall. It is denoting something called as price fall. So now let us look at when the price was rupees 10, the quantity demanded is units 10. So this point is here, the capital A. So when the price falls, so I hope you can relate to this. When the price falls to rupees 8, the quantity demanded is going up to 12. So now here price is falling. So 8, this becomes my capital B. This becomes C, D, E, F. Yeah. So these are my price falls. Yeah. When the price is falling, the quantity demanded, x-axis is talking about the quantity demanded of X and y-axis is talking about the price of X. So as the price is falling, so here it is fall in price of X, the quantity demanded is going on increasing. So this entire stretch is talking about fall in price of X, which leads to rise in the quantity demanded of X. Now let us look at what is happening when the price is increasing, which is this case. When it increases to 12, we are at this point. Now this was our base price. Yeah, this was our base price. So when it increases to 12, quantity demanded is this. So this is my small b. When it is 14, my quantity demanded is 6. So this is C, D, E. So this stretch is talking about increase in price of X and as a result fall in the quantity demanded of X. So whenever I plot these points using the references obviously from the demand schedule, and when I join these points, I get a line which is downward sloping. This line which is a downward sloping curve, and this downward sloping curve is called as my demand curve, which denotes the relationship between quantity demanded of a commodity and the price of that particular commodity. Obviously, everything else remaining constant. So, my demand curve talks about the relationship between quantity demanded of that particular commodity with respect to its price. And we know, according to the law of demand, as the price of the commodity goes up, the quantity demanded is going to fall down. Inversely, as the price falls, the quantity demand is going to go up. So whenever there is a curve which is downward sloping, it is usually a demand curve. I hope that you know now what law of demand is and what demand schedule looks like, and with the help of that demand schedule we came to a conclusion that obviously the demand curve, when we plot the demand schedule, will look like a line or a curve which is downward sloping. This is also this is further also called as a negatively sloping curve. So we'll talk about how to calculate slope in the next lectures. So this is it from my side for today's lecture. Thank you so much.